My name is M. EMS is the crew. Boston's the city. Shout out to DroTV. Had a blast. Thank y'all for having me.
Welcome back to My First Time, the show where our guests get to tell their story of the first time they got high on marijuana. And we're back with episode 201. I got a very special guest, very close friend of mine, absolute gem for guest 201, my man M. What's happening?
We talked about the best, forgot to mention my name. It's cool you mentioned some lanes who I can melt into flames. I'm felt in the States, really though, loved overseas. Drink is drink up, weed heads puff on the trees. Take you on a journey.
What's going on, brother? Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's been a long time
overdue.
coming, but we just released episode 200, had all brand new graphics and music, which you produced yourself. I definitely want to get into the production, you as an artist, but anyone that does not know M. Need to go check his work. Man's been around 20 years now doing music. Almost.
I feel something like that. Maybe. I mean, probably longer, but like, you know, in the scene, probably 20 years. You know, 20. Yeah. Well, geez, man. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's a long time.
Nice. Well, you can find M. on all your favorite platforms. Go follow him at M.Boston. So, dude, let everybody know where you're located. Brand new crib. Congratulations. Just moved into a new house.
I just moved in 2 days ago. So this is the studio. It doesn't have anything on the walls yet. But it's Peabody. I'm in Peabody now. I was originally born in East Boston, and I grew up in Revere till I was 20, and then we lived in Lynn for 10 years. But I'm in Peabody now. We just got a house in Peabody. Best feeling in the world, like being able to have the crib. You know, my kids have, you know, their own rooms and stuff. They don't have to share a room, and I have my own studio and stuff. I had a studio previously, but it was kind of like downsized every time we had another kid. So, you know, I used to have my studio in the dining room, if you remember that, and it would be like half a studio, half like where we ate. So like there was a table to eat, and then around the table there was like and it sounds way worse than it is, but it was like tucked in. Like I had my microphone, and I had like my little booth, and my computer was in the corner. But it's a great feeling, you know.
Yeah, I do know. So congrats, my friend. The show is My First Time. So I know we were trying to think about if you even remember the first time you got high. You're not a huge weed guy. This isn't necessarily a show where everybody's like big in the community. So, I mean, do you even remember, or do we?
Yeah, you know what's funny is as you know, I'm not really a smoker, anymore at least, and I never really was a big smoker, which is so funny because I run into people all the time that don't understand that I do hip hop and that I don't smoke. I do. We have a couple stories that we can get into that I have smoked like on occasion once in a blue moon, but I don't really remember. So I'm killing the whole idea of like having to be your first time, but I really don't specifically remember my first time. I remember though that when I tried weed, it was so shitty back then that I remember not getting too high. You know, I just remember it being such dirt. And I'm really dating myself now, but like the regular weed was dirt. Like I'm talking like dirt. You could smoke a whole joint and you weren't really high, at least that high. Maybe cats had better stuff than I did, but I remember that specifically, that it was so brown and seeds, and just, you know, this is again, 25 years ago, whatever, or 20 years, I was 15, so 20 years ago, and it wasn't good. And I remember like the best weed was Kind Bud, and now we talked about it, like the lowest regular weed is Kind Bud. And I smoked this shit a couple years ago, one hit, and I thought I was gonna die. Like I was so paranoid. I was looking around. I didn't know what was going on. I was, checking my nuts for testicle cancer. Like I was fucking, I was losing my mind because I was so paranoid. I was like, I can't fuck with it like, you know, like I used to, because it's a lot stronger. Plus I don't smoke that often, so it hits me, you know, a lot. The potency is stronger because I haven't built up an immunity, but it is way stronger. You got your, you know, purple
What
watermelon,
about
purple
edibles?
watermelon kush.
I'm
I
wondering if
tried edibles
edibles,
too. Yeah, maybe. You know what? In your comments, give me some YouTube, give me some suggestions, because I'd rather smoke than drink. And I like this. I love weed. I love the smell of weed. I love the way it makes me like get into like an artistic zone where I can write. The one thing I do know is I made a beat once, smoking, and like I just kept on like listening to the snare and like just obsessed with the rhythm. Like I got in a crazy rhythm, but I don't need it to like, you know, I never needed it for music, but it definitely enhances the writing and the production. There's no question, and it makes it like I have ADD, so I completely lock in. But I just don't like the paranoia part of it for me. You know,
wait, so you did make a beat when you were stoned?
once core shout out to core of EMS, Kramer. He left like a bag of joints during COVID, and Nicole and I once in a blue moon would have, you know, we'd smoke. And like I actually I think I called you once and I'm like, oh man, I feel good, and like it wasn't that bad. So I learned just to take one hit. That's all I needed.
There
I'm
you
like
go.
a lightweight I'm a lightweight. And I don't care how cheesy it is, like I'm sincere as possible. Like I can't fuck with it like I used to. And now it's like I said, it's so strong. But yeah, I made a beat, and I remember producer saying it once too, when he was like, you know, you have a fucking, if you're not really a big smoker or if you get super high, you just like, I'm just like studying and listening to the snare over and over. I could listen to a beat for like 3 hours, like that I'm producing, looping and looping and looping, you know. So, but yeah, dude. So I do remember like kind of initially trying it and starting to do it, and just I remember not being too high, but I do remember having like crazy munchies and crazy, like, you know, like the burnout was shitty. I didn't like the burnout feeling afterward, like the little the coming down. And I always, especially later, thought that everyone knew that I was high. Like it would freak me out. Like me and Desco drove to New York. I had a video with Armageddon from Terror Squad, and I smoked his vape. Not his vape. What's that shit called? Like not a vape. Yeah, I guess it's a vape
Yeah, the
before they
vape,
had
the
the pens.
oil pen. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was the tube. You know what I mean? Where it's in like and I was like, oh, this shit didn't do nothing. And I took another one and another one, bro. It was like a 5 hour ride. I freestyled the entire ride. Desco can confirm this. 4 hours of freestyling, and the last hour was me telling him, hey, I gotta pull over and piss. And then I saw a cop in the parking lot, and I'm like, yo, you can't go here. Like this, you know, you can't park here. There's a cop right around the like he's in a spot away from us. You can't park here. And he's like, what do you mean? Like what would he care that we're parking here? So you can't park here. And I was freaking out, man. You're freaking out, man.
I'm freaking out, man. You are freaking out, man.
It's so funny because it's so cheesy, but I was fucking baked. And I'll never forget that I freestyled for 4 hours. Great freestyle too. I don't care how it comes off bragging, but it was quality, like album worthy music.
Hey,
So we should
my
we should
best
record
raps
it.
were when I was freestyling. So stoned, I should say, stoned freestyling. So
We freestyle. We smoked. Where DJ Workside and I smoked in France. How cool is that? Is that the only time we ever smoked together?
no, we smoked when I forget the dude's name. Was it Tony that was supposed to shoot the music video for EMS when we went to?
No way. I smoked that day too. I already
Yeah,
feel the paranoia coming
when
on.
you guys recorded Left Lane.
No way.
It was like a snowstorm. Remember we went down to Mayhem's
Oh,
house?
that was great. That was great. Yeah.
And I was getting ready to leave. I was outside smoking a blunt with like, I think it was Desco and Benefit, and you came over. You were just like, but you hit it. You hit it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if you inhaled, but
like Bill Clinton.
that's
I don't know.
the only other time I remember smoking with you. I think
Oh,
just
that's
those
really
two times,
funny.
maybe.
You got a good memory, man. Especially they say that weed burns brain cells. I don't know, because
Hey,
you have better memory than me.
what did Kenny Powers say sometimes? You got to make room for the bigger memories by getting rid of the smaller memories.
I've got a lot of memories in my life, and sometimes you kind of have to dump the small ones to make room for the bigger ones.
I was watching it the other day. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard. I have to bring it up in the show. And he's at the funeral, and he comes to the funeral like Jason Sudeikis has passed away, and his twin brother's there. And he's like, and he comes in playing the music, and he takes over the funeral, and like he's like, listen, he goes, me and he says the guy's name that was Jason Sudeikis' character, and he's like, me and so used to always be like, hey, I'm Tom Cruise and he's Goose. Like, he doesn't say Maverick, he says Tom Cruise. And he goes, I'm Tom Cruise and he's Goose. And he goes, well, I guess we know now who's Goose. Like,
We loved the movie Top Gun. And oftentimes we would joke with each other who was Goose and who was Tom Cruise. Well, now that Shane is dead, I guess we know who is Goose.
oh my God.
Shane is Goose. Because in that motion picture, Goose dies, so Shane is dead, so he would be Goose. And that would make me Tom Cruise. I'm Tom Cruise, guys.
And he says this, and he's playing the music, and the brother starts chasing him around the casket while Stevie's banging a chick that he runs into in the parking lot. Oh, that's a great show.
Oh, great show.
Oh my God.
One of the biggest piece of shit characters that you love. You can't stop rooting for him. You want to see just more and more shit.
I just want to see. He makes you feel so uncomfortable, kind of like Michael Scott. Where like
Michael
how
Scott,
awkward it is. Obviously, Michael Scott's like way nicer to a degree, but I just meant like the awkwardness. Like but two great actors.
Some of our DroTV audience knows about Own Lane Music. They've heard some M. Dot's music, but
I hope so. Let's go.
For those that don't know, you and I have a record label, Own Lane Music, out of Boston. So let's get into. I want to talk about the album that's coming out. Some of the stuff that you've been putting out. I definitely think it's your best work.
Oh yeah, you heard it. So he heard it. He heard it. Him and Rev are the two. I think Gooba, I sent it to Gooba from Spike Pit, who did the art, are the only ones who've heard the album. I sent it to Victor Keys. Victor Keys, who's on the album, still hasn't listened to it. Victor, I hope you hear this fucking Weekend at Bernie's. We got to release the footage of him falling asleep in Switzerland. My homie, our brother who shot a lot of our music videos.
Yeah, sure.
Love that dude. But Victor Keys get it together. So I'm sure he's gonna send me a GIF after this or a meme. So you heard it. It's very special to me. I spent a long time on it. I still care about putting out, like, taking time with a quality album, which I get it. You want to put stuff out a ton, but I put a lot of time into this album.
Yeah, no, a ton of time. I mean, the first single was released basically at the beginning of the pandemic. You were in Switzerland, Germany, promoting the Pete Rock track,
We could get into that. I put out the first single. We have like a ton of momentum building. I was on tour with the Beatnuts. Like literally, I'll never forget this. This is before. It was during COVID, but it was before COVID. Like, it was before everything shut down, and it was the first show that they were like, we had to sign a form to get into the show, because it was like, when I got to Germany, it was like 480 people, like total that had it or something, and then when I left Germany, it was like, or like the next day, it was like, 800. And the next day it was like 1600. And Italy was getting hit hard, but America hadn't officially posted America hadn't been hit with numbers yet that they had it, And I came home and everything changed, where the whole album got on hold. We had a whole tour in July, all got shut down. I had festivals. We had all the momentum.
You were still touring when Trump made the announcement that they were ending all international flights. So
I was. Thank God I wasn't smoking weed, or I would have pissed my pants. I would have. He's shutting the borders. I'm like, what? So, true story. I was in Europe while. I've said this before, but we were gonna put out Ego 2, but the blessing about that is I augmented the album so much after that. So like we went back. It was done. It was 90% done. And we released the first single with Pete Rock, this 2020, from that album. And then I went, I came home and I never produced before, and I started producing. 2020, COVID is when I started producing. 2 weeks into COVID, I made my first beat. 3 weeks in, I made the beat for Smith & Wesson and Benefit. That's how quick it happened. Never produced in my life. And, since then, I've produced some very big records that are going to come out for other people's albums. I produced something with RJ Payne. We got something coming with 38 Special, who Kevin Durant said is one of the best rappers currently. But yeah, whatever. I started producing, and I was an MC for 20 years, or whatever. And it was a crazy look for me because I went back to the drawing board with Eagle and the Enemy 2, and it's I was able to add more producers to that lineup because I had more time, more singing to the, more instruments, more everything. I had more time, but now it's ready. Goober's supposed to send me the files this week, and we can send it out for pressing. We have all the audios done. You've heard the audio.
Anyone who watches DroTV knows the attention to detail that we pay attention to, whether it's our producing our episodes, our posts. And it's one thing I've certainly learned from you is more attention to detail. Not that I wasn't a detailed professional guy before, but I mean, the artwork, the levels of the music. I mean, the different types of edits. And I think when I tell a lot of people about M.Dot and Only in music, especially people that are going to be watching this, what I like especially about this album compared to some of your previous music is a lot of emotion, a lot of pain. You can feel this album has a lot of feeling to it. When you listen to it, you can feel it. And we talk every day, but it's something that as an outsider, right? Like I can feel you resonate. These lyrics hit like the early Eminem. When people first got put onto Eminem, they were like, wow, this resonates with me. This isn't some gangbang, shoot 'em up, rap, gangster rap. This is like, it's real pain. That's how I like to say it.
It's the nicest thing you could ever say, because this has been the most tumultuous, few years for me. I've dealt with a lot of stuff. Everyone has, but I got, not to put it out there, but I got my girl had a miscarriage, early on, you know what I mean? And then we, I got laid off on the job trying to buy the house because I needed to have this job to buy the house. I've dealt with a custody battle with one of my older kids' moms, and it's been a lot of weight that I've felt and it's something that I really, really try to channel into the music and put it out there. And the fact that you said that, and it too, because I've told you about these things as they were happening. And, people have it way worse. I have so many things that I'm grateful for. I have so many blessings right now, and I have so much good in my life and good people. I just meant that I channeled a lot of that stuff that I was dealing with and kind of, put it down into the songs. And these songs are so personal. I talk about everything that I just said, and I go into detail about those things, or the majority of those things. And it's a solo. There's only 2 songs that have any features on the entire album. 2 songs, which I wanted that. I wanted full songs with just me speaking. I mean, even if I went down the list to you, every song is talking about something that I was dealing with. There's no just bar, which I think is the most important thing to kind of showcase. It's my best music by far, and everyone's like, oh, this is my best. No, I know it because I'm trying to get better with everything that I release. I'm trying to get better with everything that I attach myself to. That's it, man. I started that movie, the new movie with Colin Farrell. I want to finish it. We don't have internet yet in the house. It's been 3 or 4 days. I don't care. I don't even know when we'll get it, but I have I want to finish that Banshee, the one with Colin Farrell. And the first. Yeah. Oh, you saw it?
No, I saw it. It must have been you watching it on my HBO account, but
I can't finish it because I don't have. But anyway, I guess I can watch it on my phone. But so
No, it popped
that's
up. I'm like,
great.
these dudes are in another movie together, but it's the same guy
Oh,
too.
I love that director because he did the movie in Bruges where we have to go there in Belgium. I want to go there bad.
Yeah.
And which is a fantastic movie. Have you seen that in Bruges?
Yeah. That's why I thought, I'm like, wow, they're in another movie together.
And it's the director from who
Yeah.
did that. So, but anyways, I only watched like 15 minutes of it, and 15 minutes in, Colin Farrell's getting a cold shoulder from the other guy, the guy from Harry Potter. I think I've never seen Harry Potter. I just know that he's in it. Not that it matters. That my girl said that that's definitely the guy, and he says to him, guy keeps coming over. Why you ignore me? We're best friends. What's going on? And this is where I was at in the movie. He goes, I'm writing this song. I don't know, he's like a banjo player or whatever he's playing, but he's like, I don't want to waste a minute on this earth, like just having talked with you at a bar. I want to write a better song tomorrow and a better song tonight and a better song the next day. And I don't even know if he's an artist. That resonated with me for sure that he said that, not to go completely off topic, but that's so important, man. Like, don't waste any time. I feel like I'm already wasting time at this job. Like, I have this job so we can have this house, but I know that I could be doing so much more. It's just hard to sustain. I make decent money with music. I really do. But you need, proof of income, and you need, pay stubs to get a lot of things. You know that firsthand too.
Yeah. I'm gonna do something I haven't done on the show before because
Nice.
you're gonna like this too. My dog Shadow always comes in when I'm recording because he hears my voice.
I was just saying, I saw you talking to somebody. I thought you were gonna give me shit.
He always comes in and he sits down, but now he's restless. I don't know if he heard your voice and he's like, I gotta get out of here or something. But
nice, great. I've been nice since this. Nice.
No, I was gonna say I've never done this before. Where is he? There he is.
Shadow. Oh, Shadow! Oh my God.
Hey.
Oh
hey.
No!
Hey.
No! Can you tell them?
Let me.
I'm afraid of his dog. Tell him, Mike.
What was the movie where they called him like Problem Dog or Trouble Dog?
He just doesn't.
That movie?
He just doesn't like me. The dog. And it's weird. When Ace Ventura goes. I guess. No, what is it? Dogs have a sense of like evil. Like I'm not evil. And,
no, dude, he's so much older now. He used to get afraid of the fireworks, and now the fireworks go off, he can't even hear them. So
oh my God.
It's kind of bad too, because I might say something or I'll be like, hey, what's up, buddy? And he thinks somebody's at the door. He runs to the door, he starts barking, it scares the cats, everybody runs away. So he's getting old, but man, he gave us a scare a couple weeks ago. He like couldn't jump up on the couch, and he was like not himself at all. He was still eating his food, but we literally thought he was dying because he just wasn't himself at all. He couldn't even jump up on the couch, and he usually jumps up on the high bed. And Liz came home, we were sitting there on the couch, he was just sitting there looking really sad, and we were trying to figure out what to do. He let out a yelp. Nothing was going on, and we're like, oh my God. She goes over to pet him. He lets out another yelp before she even touched him. So she's like, I'm not going to touch you. Then he started growling at her. And so we're like, whoa, something's definitely up. And I had to pick him up and bring him. He sleeps in the bed with us. So I had to pick him up, bring him in the bed. And man, he just wasn't himself. So of course we go to the vet for like, $100. They're like,
surprised it was only that.
We can't find anything wrong with him. We're not sure what happened. They gave us like some meds, which we gave him like one of the meds. And then he was like perfectly fine the next day. So who knows what it was? But
I thought you had a conclusion to this. Like there was a reason.
No, we have no idea. But who knows? Honestly, what I thought it was, I thought he ate like some crazy mushroom out in the garden or something, and maybe he was like messed up for the day. But I don't know. He might have just like sprained something, jumped the wrong way. Or
yeah. Let me tell the listeners that this dog is a survivor. Metape says it best. I can't take the line, but he's like a dog you would see outside. Like with like what are those called, the tumble leaves going in Mexico at a gas station. Like he'd be outside a gas station.
His story started the first
don't even say it, in Mexico.
he was
Stop
in
it.
Arizona.
Oh, okay. This is
He was found as a puppy on the side of the road, like in a trench. So he was
geez.
probably with tumbleweeds and shit. So.
He's a survivor, and tell them that he will eat anything. So when you know something's wrong, he's not eating. Something's wrong. He'll eat friggin' rubber off the ground.
I gave him a
right?
lemon.
Like, eat it.
He ate a lemon slice one day. He doesn't care. He will eat anything. You put.
Has he ever turned his nose up? Come on, any food ever?
I mean,
there's nothing he won't eat, right? He'll eat salad, right?
Oh yeah, no. I take. We got the bok choy growing. I take the big leaves of bok choy. I just crumple it up, and he chews it right down. Yeah, he loves it.
Oh my, dude, he's a survivor.
That's it.
How old do you think he is?
He's at least 13. We think he's probably 14. So
it's too bad like dogs don't have like things on their paws that you can just tell their age, like trees. Like I know trees you have to cut, but I'm saying like there's like a mark as they get older. I thought there was an animal like that. Maybe I'm just making that up, or I saw that on Animal Planet. I don't know. But,
so I want to get back to Ego too.
Before you say that, I gotta get better lighting in here. This is no good. I don't like it. It's giving me like a headache. I gotta get better. Yeah, I gotta get lamps. Lamps of the way. Or like some ambiance, some like LED lights. All right, but go ahead. Ego too.
Everyone needs to go down and subscribe and listen to some of M.Dot's music so
Please.
we can get his streaming numbers up, and then
sure,
you can get some more money and get some better lamps in there. Okay, so
yeah, please, let's do that. And internet maybe, but Ego too. It's coming. Dining Dystopia is out now. Go check that out. Ego and the Enemy 1. DJ Workshop put that out. And only in both of them, but DJ Workshop was a humongous part of Ego and the Enemy 1. So now we're on to part 2. I got my shirts too. I just unpacked them out of the many boxes that we have in this house. But
yeah, I was trying to think of what the best shirt would be to wear for this episode. But
of course, that's badass. No,
when you were talking about this guy who may or may not have been an artist in the movie there, what I love about you as an artist is you are able to paint a picture. A lot of your songs are stories. Chrissy's probably the best one I can think of off the top. They do resonate. Like I told you, I was going for a walk in the neighborhood with Shadow, and
Pain and Haste.
That was a song that it hit me. And as an artist, like you said, your problems aren't as big as somebody else's problems, but they don't have the ability to put lyrics down and make a song. And so, that's one thing I've always liked about your music is I can listen to it and it resonates with the working class, blue collar guys.
That's the goal, and that's why it takes us longer. So we don't have a gimmick. So unless I'm dropping something every day, we talked about this the other day, or have a gimmick, or it's a facade or whatever, it doesn't always, it takes a little bit longer, So, and I think that's important for me, is for me to be who I am. So when people run into me, they're not like, oh wait, you're not this character that's in the music. So just be who you are. People run away from who they are. I'm trying to run towards who I am, and I mean that. Just like I said, me getting paranoid with weed, or me, just I enjoy making music that I'm comfortable with, that I can show to my mother, or I can show to somebody else. 99% of it. I'm sure there's some lewd songs or braggadocio songs that I don't think are they just fit the beat.
Yeah.
Or for a feature. But my solo stuff, I want to be, as powerful as I can. At least that's the space that I'm in,
And that's one thing that, I've been on tours with you. You've certainly toured more places than I have, but every place we leave our mark. And that's one thing they say is we're authentic, genuine people. And that's the impression we leave.
Effort is number one. Like people feel we leave everything on. Everyone's like, oh, I leave everything on. No, like we're like, I feel like I have to work twice as hard on the stage because they might not know my music. How you doing over there? Is this the the one episode?
They're
the
lighting
one
off
episode-
fireworks now, so now he's like in and out, in and out. I just gotta let him be.
Yeah.
But,
You don't have the door shut?
it was shut, and then he was scratching to come back in, so I just opened it, and now he's like coming in and out because they're lighting off fireworks. It's what happens down here in Florida.
You light off fireworks in December.
Well, usually it's Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but since it was so cold, there wasn't any fireworks. I'm assuming now that it finally warmed up, it was like 60 degrees today.
Yeah, oh nice.
Everyone's
you
out
lucky you.
lighting on fireworks. Yeah.
Hey, happy birthday to DJ Works On. I didn't get to see you in person to say it. I guess this counts as a FaceTime. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. December 24th, the day before JC. So, you know.
You look great.
You know how
You haven't aged at all. You know what I mean? It's the Florida sun.
It's the weed.
It's the weed.
You know, they say the fountain. They say Ponce de Leon said the Fountain of Youth was down here in Florida, and
did he really say that? Yeah.
That's I don't know officially if that's what he said or people claim he said that.
You know what? We've been referencing at work. Three Amigos. Oh my God. It's not that great, but it's got so many quotables in it with those three.
Yeah.
Remember,
It
I
isn't
just
that
thought of
great,
it just
but man, it has some. My little buttercup.
And he goes, but it really isn't that great when you watch it again. Like it's
No,
this isn't. But he goes, my buddy said to me the other day, he goes, like they're in the crowd and they're like, we rape and we pillage, like talking about, and we fuck the forest or all the bushes or whatever. Like they're like saying what they did to pretend they're in the gang and they're shooting the guns in the air. I don't remember exactly, and I don't want to be lewd, but he says something about, I don't know, like to that degree. And the dude is the dude from my top 50, top 40, Romance in the Stone. The dude is the guy from the gang. He's the one, my little Lupe, you know, my little, what is his he goes, yeah, I got a little, his truck, whatever he calls it, his little Lupe, you know, the guy I'm talking about who breaks them out of the, Michael Douglas and Michael Douglas and the girl.
bad guy from Romancing the Stone.
D. Joan Wilder. Wilder.
Yeah.
And they get in his truck and drive away, you know. He's like a drug lord.
All right, so we got a couple minutes left.
Perfect.
Tell us what we can expect on Ego 2. Some of the songs, some of the production.
All right, so you'll hear it here first since it's early. And you guys should have it first, but Eric Sherman is on it. I don't really think I've really put that out there too much, and obviously Pete Rock's on it. Apollo Brown produces on it. For production, these are all production. You know, Illmind. There's a couple other huge surprises on it for production. You know, it's a special album for me. I hope y'all enjoy it. Gooba from Spike Pit Studios did an amazing job on the art. DJ Works Hard, you know, facilitated so much of this, and Rev, shout out to Rev, our right hand man, and he does so much behind the scenes. But we're a good team of friends first, and check out the album. Check, you know, when it comes out, and check out Dining in Dystopia and Ego Near Me 1. And you know, stay tuned. You know, subscribe, like all this stuff, because I think that we have the best yet to come. You know,
100%. And I try and make as many reels as I can with M. Music. So now that we have more music coming out, we'll be making some more videos out there. And also, you guys definitely need to go check out M. on YouTube. All the links will be down below, because some of the craziest, dopest music videos you've ever seen.
And Mike was a part of all those too. Most of them he was a part of. We are there or in them, you know. So everyone plays a role, whether it's acting or behind the camera or holding notes or Brian setting notes on fire or whatever it is. Everyone's a part of, really, like, you know, that's what's the cool thing about EMS, you know. But I'm grateful for you having me. I'm proud of what you're doing with DroTV. It's it's great to see you so productive, motivated, and doing something with people that are excited about what you're doing as well. You found not only your niche, but you've found, you know, people, the good people as well, to kind of be in that circle as well. You know, like, so I've watched it, and I'm proud to have, you know, anything to do with it, with now producing it, the intro. So I can make you more stuff too. But
Awesome.
thank
Well,
you to you for having me, brother.
I think the intro is a smash. I think the song, the whole new intro we
I
have
love it.
is
You should post the
awesome,
one.
so.
You got the one with you that you made with you smoking, the one you sent me. Have you used that?
We can figure something out.
He made it with my music under it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
The one, yeah. Is that's not the
Oh,
intro?
no,
though,
no, no.
right?
That was the
Yes.
original.
No,
That was the original intro for the first 100 episodes, and then we shortened it. But
with my music? No.
no. The
That's what I'm
video,
saying. Yeah.
the video was
Yes.
the original
The
video.
visual with the
Yeah,
music, it was so badass.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
all right, we got a minute left. Tell everybody the best place that they can find you. Where are you most active? Where should they follow you?
Mike, we're at m.boston, MDOT Boston. I guess I'm the most active on Instagram, Twitter as well, but Facebook, I think we have the biggest reach on Facebook, interestingly enough. And I don't use Facebook a ton. You know that. You helped endlessly with the Facebook, but the one that I'm on, that, you know, I think Instagram at MDOT Boston. You know, stay tuned. Appreciate y'all.
And that's it, my man, M. Boston. Thank you so much.
My
for coming
brother.
on. If this is the type of content you like, you need to go down and smash the like button, as well as share and subscribe to DroTV here on YouTube, because this is where the magic happens, baby. And thank you again. Amazing special guest. That's it for episode 201. Major shout out to my man, M. So go follow at M.Boston on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all your favorite. Spotify as well. Make sure you check them out there. And that's it, everybody. More music from M.EMS, Own Lane Music. Maybe DroTV is going to start putting out some music this year as well. So make sure you are following along. And as always, peace and love. Smoke them if you got them.